Hello, and welcome back to the Outer Worlds, where we are continuing with the Murder on Eridana's DLC. In the previous episode, we have completed our search of the Purpleberry Orchards, where the Halcyon Helen was seen the last time. And now, well, we wanted to go to the Wildlife Reserve. The road was closed, so we ended up here in the pilothouse complex. We picked up some minor tasks, and one of them includes checking out this terminal. It is terminal of engineer Wolcott, and he has some messages. Walt, has the captain ever read my proposal yet? I know she's not big on details, so try this next time you talk to her. If I don't stop those terrorists from nesting in the engines, there won't be a gyroscope for her to realign. Yes, I know that's a later problem, don't mention that part. Good news. The plans were approved and we're sending you the requested materials. You can find your cabling in the terraforming control room. You can find, we don't have any spare screwdrivers, but try some spork and forks. The dirtier the better, a little grease actually helps loosen the screws. So we know about sporks and forks, that's some very unusual item that I spotted right over here. And we will, yes, I've seen the half-melted battery, which raised some questions with me as well. Like, why would I ever carry this thing around? It looks heavy. And then there was another quest from the piloting terminal itself that gave me access to the engineering, where I think I'm going to. I don't like that the quest is called Phaeton's Monster.
Staying out of sight.
Okay, yes, that's some kind of a wildlife. That's for sure. And that might be the dead engineer, the dead captain of engineering. I don't know. Things are looking very grim right now over here. So we have this door that I can open. Some mag peaks. I would never deny them. I don't spot any enemies, so let's check this area. Check disk is verifying user journal verification complete, file data. Okay, you are running check disk. Okay.
Done and done.
Well, apart from a lot of blood around here, I don't see anything particularly interesting or useful. But it looks like we will have plenty of... Oh, these are these guys, right? Yeah, 6k of health. Yeah, I think the other guy spotted me.
That's what you get. Not gonna let go. Something's bumming me out.
mess with us.
To make you smile.
Maybe next time I need to try start with a light attack and then continue with a sweep attack, or like something like that. It feels like it might be a faster combination than two power attacks. Yeah. Anyway, so parasites are present even here, which is not surprising really, because this parasite is just a local thing, so I do not expect it to hang out exclusively in orchards. Still, it is unpleasant that it's rather widespread. Yeah, canid host with the... Oh.
Standing.
Interesting that this time this thing did not react at all. I mean, I can't complain, that's for sure. Ah, I don't see another one.
Go. Score one for Felix.
Well, that did not achieve the effect I was hoping for. Because my second hit was rather pathetic, let's call it this way. Though by clearing out the area I managed to deal with it rather quietly, so that's on the plus side, that's for sure. Oh, it's barred.
Remind me to never turn my back to you.
Oh, hello there, so maybe the captain is still alive.
You there. By the law, you seem to have your wits about you. I'm saved.
I feel like she's making some... what's the word? Assumptions?
I mean, what are you doing here?
I'm realigning Phaeton.
You what? But I'm the captain. The gyroscopic realignment procedure is my job.
And how that's going for you?
Look, You don't understand. It's not safe out there. The only people I've seen down here tried to kill me. The automechs are shooting anything that moves. And then there's the canids.
I've dealt with canids before.
Not like these. Rizzo's was feeding them Spectrum or something. I don't know. But whatever it is, they got mean. And big.
Bigger and meaner just means more bullets.
Crashing into a storm, succumbing to crushing atmospheric pressure, those are later problems.
Be reasonable. It's not safe to stay in there forever. Let me help you.
Please, I don't need help. I can leave whenever I want. I'm just not ready yet.
You're the captain. Do you want to live like a coward or die like a hero?
Live like a coward. Shit. Ah, right. I see what you're trying to do. And it's working. I'll let you help.
You got a real interesting motivational technique.
Meet me at the engineering overlook above the gyroscope. And bring the GAC. Just watch your step. The automechanicals will fire on anything that moves. Except for their captain, of course.
Can't you make an exception for me?
I'm a captain, not an engineer. Still, you might be able to avoid some of them if you come through here.
Good enough. I'm getting slightly lost in this place. Okay.
Nice. Nice work, Captain.
What's over here? Mechanical sentry, okay. Oh, you're gonna stand right there, right? Come on, left or right? Choose a direction. That's a lot of sentries. And I'm trying to spot any sort of a terminal. It would have helped me, but I'm not sure I can find one. Okay. I missed this key card. $16,000 health points.
Rad, let's dance! Yeah, now that was fun.
Yeah, if you say so. I'm absolutely certain that there is one way or another to go around them. Or maybe not. This place was barred after all, so... Do we get more canids? Just by the sight of blood? Yes, we should get more canids. Don't see them though. Doesn't mean there are no canids. Okay. There is most certainly a canid. Anything up top? Any useful terminal? I should have expected that. You cannot jump on a ladder. Okay, that's disappointing. That is Brontide. Unique cleaver, right? Facilitating a violent axe-murderer fantasies since the founding of Halcyon. After scoring a kill with this weapon, enemies near the target are knocked down. We have several mega canid hosts, right? We have 3 of them. Lord Almighty.
More of a good brawl. That's the last of him.
Wait, what? The others did not react? What the hell?
Right, here we go. No mess, but the best.
Let's wait until it recovers entirely.
No problem. No good, boss. Try another weapon. Ha! Ha!
Was that it? I mean, I sure hope so. I am not feeling comfortable fighting enemies with more than 2, maybe 3,000 health points. Like, there's supposed to be limit to everything, you know? And 16k, it definitely pushes it. I wonder how Mabel got here. What kind of shortcut did she use? No, shield one. How convenient.
By the law, those canids are done for. We did it, friend.
We sure did.
Anyway, I was thinking, you should do the honors. Realign Phaeton, since you've been such great help in all of this.
Lady Riza should be making me captain at this point. No, I'd be on it. Okay, let's display some humble, okay? Execute the gyroscopic axial realignment procedure. Okay.
Nicely done. Someone should.
Okay, some storage room, why not? So guys, we've realigned some gyroscope, eh? You know, I believe this machine could have opened this entrance as well.
Greeting protocols suspended. Checking for gyroscopic alignment. Gyroscopic alignment confirmed. Rizos thanks you for your assistance.
Oh, and that was it?
All systems
Oh,
are functional.
disappointing. I mean, though, then again, 80k of experience points, that's not disappointing. That sounds like a lot of experience points. But it does raise us a question, what particularly for? And another one. Yeah, cables should be. Yeah, they're definitely on the inside.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Discrepancy detected. Rizzo's company policy clearly states that all proprietary mascots must exhibit signs of physical life.
Puncture wounds near his collarbone. I'm having trouble finding an exit wound.
Excellent observation, Inspector. Have you deduced a possible cause of death?
Firearms. Not a conventional weapon either.
Unusually small entry wounds indicate exotic weaponry. Closest approximations are 1. Incident involving a game of darts. 2. The Needler.
The Needler.
Yes, Inspector. The Needler. Bespoke handgun carried and wielded by Halcyon Helen. Famously deployed by Halcyon Helen in Terror on Monarch. This weapon was responsible for executing the Chief of the Savages, played by Spencer Woolridge.
Amplifier, before we go, do you think he'd miss his outfit?
This unit is incapable of providing ethical advice. This unit is also incapable of answering rhetorical questions.
I'll take his things. It's potential evidence here. You glance over your shoulder to see if anyone's watching, then reach down and remove the mascot's gear. Armored Tossball uniform. It's not even unique. What about mascot's noggin? Now this one is unique. This unique helmet was worn by a particularly hyperactive mascot. There are some small blood stains inside, at least it's probably blood. This oversized novelty helmet provides a wide field of view, improving the wearer's blocking ability, and its appearance inspires your team members to do better.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Easy.
This empty bottle of spirits does not belong to any known corporate brand. Suspicious residue detected.
High concentration of ethanol. Someone's brewing moonshine with antiseptics.
Excellent deduction, Inspector. Imbibing of unauthorized beverages is strictly prohibited under Rizzo's company law. Ingredients include antiseptic alcohol, sucrose, and unidentifiable miscellaneous organic material. Closest match. Counterfeit spirits available at the Piraeus spaceport.
Some bits and bobs, because that never hurts.
Wonder what they use this thing for.
Research reminds you that all equipment is to be used for the express purpose of monitoring Eridana's weather patterns. Use of monitoring equipment for any other purpose is expressly prohibited. Unofficial logs. I've password logged this directory, pretty sure no one in management can crack it even if they do start checking up on us. Have fun. Celebrity sightings. I saw Spencer Woolrich ordered 4 different meals and sent them all back. What a refined palate. The other day, Halcyon Helen was enjoying a spectrum on the terrace. The stars really are just like the rest of us. Some of the rangers started tussling in one of the fountains. The gardener, Automex, spent hours propping the flowers back up. What fun, guys. Station bingo. Initial if you see one of the following on your shift. First to 3 wins. Tick up canids in matching outfits. This should really count twice, once for each canid. Someone falling off edge of island. Trist in greenhouse. It's all windows, why would anyone do this? Terra ray slams into hotel window. A Raptidon or Primal on hotel island. Clear skies, distant storm. Distant storm, distant storm. So someone who is wielding the Halcyon Helen weapon, probably from the Slug Company, is using the Needler to clear like some traces of some crime, right?
You're back! Any luck finding what we need for the Terra Ray grounder?
Sure thing.
Excellent! I should finally be able to get this thing working. Here, take this. It's the least I can do for all your help against those leathery abominations. Oh wait, there's one more thing. You don't happen to have a pinwheel, do you?
What the hell is a pinwheel? What do you need a pinwheel for?
It'll help generate electricity as we move through the atmosphere. Plus, all Rizzo's products are supposed to have an element of whimsy.
I can look for one?
Great. I'll give you a nice bonus if you bring one back to me.
I'm sure there is a marker for this one. Sorry. But sneeze never waits for anyone.
Okay, we'll spend.
Yeah, this quest does not spark a lot of joy. But I have some hopes that it will be rewarded in 10,000, no, 90,000 experience points, no less. Then it would be a worthwhile quest for sure. Oh, come on.
You're back! Any luck finding what we need for the Terra Ray grounder? It sure is. I'll finally be able to give those winged monstrosities what for. Here's your pay for helping me put the finishing touches on this thing.
I'm off. I'm not gonna
Thanks again
intimidate
for your
you.
help, Inspector.
Yeah, 15k is not much. Force Magnum. It turns out that you can't have too much of a good thing. Each attack with this gun consumes 2 ammo, but on a critical hit the target is knocked back. Alright, I'll take it. So... Right, so the spaceport is locked. I cannot get access there, right? But I can get access to the distillery and check this place out. And then I will probably need to report my progress to the administrator Ludovico, right? These walkways are legit terrifying. I have a very small impression of what was the name of the Bioshock Infinite City? Well, as the saying goes, if you know, you know. Okay, at least you are not hostile. So clearly you have like the main facility here, right? Do you have some smaller facilities? Like, can I enter whatever this is? I have some doubts. Yeah, probably not. Okay. And you have this
This
thing.
place looks like one of my more colorful hangovers.
Spectrum Distillery, enter here. Then again, one of the other tower. Alright. Some small docking platform over here. The sealed door. Oh, what's that? I just chucked a bean behind the pipes. Okay, distillery station. Let's check you out. Another one of you. Okay. Dissident Queen, Chapter 3, continuation. This shriek was all Helen needed, for she cocked back a Hammersmith brand explosive parcel which she had deftly stolen from the Marauder Armory hours earlier and hurled it into the monster's mouth. Enjoy it. It's a meal deserving of one such as yourself. And without further hesitation, Helen activated the detonator. As the explosion echoed through the room, spattering the walls with blue bits of giant slug, Helen could not help but feel elated. A crippling blow dealt to the enemies of the colony's profit margins. This would not be the last, of course, but whether they were enemies of the board, she would be there to fight them. And one day she was sure there would no longer be anyone left to threaten the colony's peaceful productivity. Next month's issue will contain the Tossball Terror, or Halfback Henry Greatest and Final Game. Send 2 bits gratuity to view our free catalog.
Welcome to Rizzo's Distillation Station, where we process scented rocket fuel, bubbly beverages, and spirits that'll make you smile, all in the same system of pipes. The top level of the distillery is available to all guests for the purpose of sightseeing and novelty product purchasing. However, it saddens me to inform you that due to classified reasons, we are currently under a state of emergency. As such, we are offering a total of 0 lower-level tours at this time.
If this emergency has to do with Helen's murder, that's why I'm here. Your boss hired me.
Yes, that is not what I meant.
I think you mean no in that case? So this emergency is unrelated to the murder of Spectrum Vodka's Brown spokesperson.
Nice try, visitor, but I am not authorized to either confirm or deny details pertaining to our classified state of emergency.
Say classified state of emergency one more time.
Okay, we are currently in a classified state of emergency. Don't forget to sample every flavor of the spectrum rainbow in our tasting room before you exit the facility.
Can I get to the low levels or not?
Yes, but not at this time. Access has been barred to all non-essential level workers.
I'm a special inspector on the case.
Wow, so you are! Gosh, can I get an autograph? I'll put it on my desk right next to the one I got from Black Hole Birdie. He's so smart and strong, or, well, at least he's very strong. Oh, and I must forget to inform you, Inspector, you are still not authorized to enter the lower levels at this time. Please contact Administrator Ludovico if you feel this decision has been made in error.
What's about the tour?
On the upper floors of the facility, we are proud to offer investors and celebrities alike a pristine tour area for experiencing all that the distillation station has to offer Eridanos. Tours are entirely self-guided, so feel free to try one. Simply head through the doors behind me and frolic in the sweet bliss of Rizzo's psychedelic sugar-fueled paradise. Once you've reached the tasting room, your tour will have completed. And remember, for your safety, guests are advised not to stray from the approved tour path.
Do I have to buy a ticket?
Normally, yes, but at this time, ticket sales are on hold until our current state of emergency has been cleared. Thank you for your understanding, and we hope that you will visit again soon. Don't forget, Rizzo's puts the us in gelatinous, and I put smile in smiley service.
You sure do.
Welcome, valued patrons, to our splendiferous source of spectacular spirits and sweets. Rizzo's is committed to bringing joy and happiness to our colony.
Retro rockets.
To browse the various displays in front of you, to learn about our humble facility and the wonderful products.
It all starts here at the orchards. Our purple berries are harvested at peak edibility, making them a perfect base for our brewing process.
You know,
Our refined distilling process has been honed by years of experience, not only efficient but highly effective at bringing out the most powerful flavors from our ingredients. After the beverages are ready, we bottle them up and ship them out straight to the thirstiest
they
mouths
say
in
joy
the colony.
and happiness. It's really more like a dull complacency. Things are fucked. But you have enough spectrum and stop caring for a little bit.
Spectrum Brown, a bold and full-bodied spirit with earthy notes and an indescribable savory flavor dissolving into a hint brine culminating in a bitter yet satisfying cocoa-adjacent aftertaste. It will leave you smiling for days. If you are interested in trying this unique flavor sensation, proceed to the door to your right and follow the path to the tasting room. Did you know that this facility doesn't just distill alcohol, we distill fuel right out of the atmosphere? That special flavor present in every bottle of Rizzo's Spectrum vodka also gives our fuel its unique kick. That we use the same canisters to brew our beverages and store our raw fuel. Beyond this door, we hope to make some of your wildest dreams a reality as we give you a peek into the heart of our distillery. You can see it all for yourself, clear as crystal. Please refrain from sharing our secrets with unauthorized solicitors.
Ah, I see you've stumbled upon a little peek into our distillery. These tanks are hard at work brewing the wonderful Rizzo's beverages you know and love, along with exciting new flavors like Rizzo's Spectrum Brown.
I think they meant horrible new crimes against humanity like Rizzo's Spectrum Brown.
Now that you've seen behind the scenes, I bet you're pretty thirsty. Well, not to worry. We have every flavor of Spectrum available to delight your palate. Please note that your guests are limited to a maximum of 3 different Rizzo's flavor samples. All beverages must be consumed on the premises. Rizzo's is not responsible for gastronomic distress, mild hallucinations, or damage to your sense of taste.
We're on the job. We are on the job. Can I take mine to go?
Greetings, tour guest, and welcome to the tasting room of the Rizzo's Distillation Station. This unit has been programmed to dispense beverage samples to authorized guests. Error. Current guest does not meet the standards of this unit's authorization protocol. Please leave via the nearest available exit. Thank you.
I just want to mess up with this bot. What do you mean not authorized?
This taste testing experience is limited to authorized guests. All authorized guests must appear on a list of addresses located in Byzantium. This unit has been programmed to offer critical analysis of all things related to taste. This unit finds your demeanor, appearance, bearing, and/or class in very poor taste.
So you're some type of an expert.
Affirmative. This unit has been programmed to recognize over 2,000 expressions of taste, including but not limited to the following: fruity, acidic, bright, earthy, pungent, tangy, dirt. This unit has also been programmed to criticize your taste in the following: clothing brands, cigarettes, etherwave dramas.
Okay, unfortunately I don't have any opportunity to...
Thank you greatly for stopping by.
Yeah, I'm not done. So, yeah, unfortunately I cannot hack this particular bot, and I find myself sad about that. It's always interesting and peculiar to find syringes in the toilet sink, you know? Okay, so we visit Distillery. There is not much to do. We cannot go to the spaceport or to the wildlife resort. So I guess we will report to administrator our current progress. This boat looks massive. I wonder if it actually makes sense to make this boat, or you connect them somehow in some different manner. Let's put it this way.
Watch out!
I'll show you happiness!
I said laugh louder!
I just want to...
Drugs done, Captain?
Thank the Lord, that's over.
What's that little building? Oh, I think I was there. Yeah, okay, never mind. Report to Ludovico.
Aha! Next stop.
I understand there was an incident at the orchards. The pollination cycle began without my authorization. Fortunately, you managed to save most of the hive. The wasp-ketos are essential to the orchards, you see. Losing them would have cost us months of production.
And more than a few lives. That doesn't bother you?
The orchards can be a dangerous place, but my workers understand the hazards. Something about this incident troubles me. The circumstances are suspicious. But let's concentrate on the matter at hand. Have you discovered anything?
Reach for a cigarette. No, I don't smoke, so yeah, you could say that.
You have my attention.
Dr. Blossom is dead, murdered by an unknown killer. Let's start maybe like with Helen insisted on touring the Rizzo's RR&D labs.
Insisted? That's interesting. We'd scheduled a tour of the lab for Helen. Purely a public relations event to be held sometime in the indeterminate future. Then again, Helen and I were not well acquainted. I can't speak to her intentions.
What were you going to show her during the tour?
Little of consequence. We'd tour the grounds, pause at some locations appropriate for a portrait, let her shake hands with our scientists. Public relations.
She spent a little time at the orchards. I found evidence she was at a picnic.
A picnic? I don't recall approving a private social gathering at the orchards. I'll have to make a note of this information. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Was there anything else?
Dr. Blossom is dead, murdered by an unknown killer.
That's deeply upsetting. Dr. Leora Blossom was an extraordinary scientist and a friend. We have a murderer on the loose, Inspector, as if the death of Halcyon Helen wasn't enough of a blow to our facility.
Let's not leap to conclusions. I don't know who's behind her death.
I wish you'd give me a little more information, Inspector. Leora was a friend.
Yeah, I wish that too,
But
man.
I promised to leave this investigation in your hands, and so I shall. If there's anything else you'd like to share, you have my attention.
Someone stole data from one of your terminals in research and development.
That's troubling, to say the least. Any transfer of proprietary data is strictly prohibited without my permission.
You can't steal that much data without an expensive cartridge. Our thief had resources.
A clever deduction, Inspector. That gives us a little information to work with.
This happened just before the mosquito attack. Someone was trying to stop me.
Yes, I share your suspicions. Someone didn't want you following their trail. This feels like more than corporate espionage. Someone's playing with us, Inspector. And I have never in my life enjoyed games. Did you discover anything else?
The irony of that phrase while we are playing the game, right? I'll let you know if I learn anything else.
This incident at the orchards must be connected to Helen's murder somehow. I don't know how, but I feel it in my marrow. My apologies, Inspector. This case is under your jurisdiction, not mine. I leave it in your hands. When you're ready, I suggest a word with the hotel coroner. She should have finished her autopsy by now.
I'll be back. We have yet another point. And I think I will put the final 3 in here to finally use the companion abilities. After all those years, yes, I finally unlock it. And then we will put, yeah, well, definitely 3 here and 3 here. And maybe 1 to science. Okay, C and V, yeah, okay. Then Ellie has her thing. Let's see. Anyone else in here? Oh, yes, of course. Let's take this. You let's take this. You... let's take this. Alright. Did anything change in here? Can I still cannot hack, which should be expected. We'll come to that later. Any update to my murder board? A small one, a small one. So we have a Burbage, and is that Black Hole Bertie? Examine the list of victims. There is a kill loose. So that's Halcyon Helen. That must be Dr. Blossom. What if I take a step back? Suspects. That yes, so that is Bertie, and this is Burbage over there. And we have also profit of profitability. Okay. Consider the Eridanos atmospheric complex. After Helen's murder, authorities placed a lockdown on all incoming and departing spacecraft. You are, as far as you know, the only exception. Okay. And additional evidence. Bottle of Spectrum Brown. Okay. So, let's go and visit the coroner, shall we?
To the lobby.
Who do we take? Let's take Ellie instead of Felix. Hey! It's so nice to see this guy walking around. I'm so proud of him. So, what can you tell me, Doc?
Inspector, not a moment too soon. I've just finished my autopsy report.
Let's hear it.
Ruth Bellamy was killed by plasma damage to the upper vertebrae, the occipital bone, and the cerebellum. If it's any consolation, her death was instantaneous and painless. I've also discovered a poisonous compound in Miss Bellamy's stomach lining ingested during her last meal. Toxic, but not enough to kill her. Spencer Woolrich complained of a stomach ailment around the same time period. I assumed he was being, you know, Spencer. But now I'm not so sure.
You sure it wasn't just the hotel food?
The thought occurred to me. I tested this hypothesis by vacating the contents of my stomach and testing for the presence of the same toxin. Slightly elevated levels of mercury and an alarming amount of blue food coloring. But other than that, no. I'm certain it wasn't, as you put it, just the hotel food.
When we were talking, you called her Ruth Bellamy and not Halcyon Helen.
Oh, how curious. I do believe you're right. I wonder if this has something to do with the autopsy process. She was Halcyon Helen up until the moment I brought her to the operating table. But as soon as I cut her open, I stopped thinking of her as Halcyon Helen. It's almost as if she stopped being an icon and became a human being.
That's pretty grisly.
You're a freelancer of some repute. Surely you're no stranger to seeing the interior organs of a human being. Although, I suspect you do most of your work with a gun and not a scalpel.
Oh, again, the irony of me preferring the melee weapons for the most part of the game. I noticed you had patient logs on your terminal.
I do keep logs of every patient I treat. Despite appearances, I'm not merely a coroner. I'm also the Grand Colonial's only, and therefore greatest, doctor.
You sound pretty happy with your work.
I'm very pleased with my work. Cedric Kincannon is an outstanding employer. What I'm about to tell you, do me a favor and keep this between us.
Lie and dexterity, inspector's honor.
That's what I like to hear. I'd much rather work for Slug than Rizzo's. Rizzo's makes a great show about the happiness of its workers, but I think it's all rather artificial. I'm paid well. I work hard. I'm given respect and a reasonable degree of freedom. Cedric Kincannon runs a tight ship. Most of us enjoy working for Slug.
I'll bear that in mind, thanks.
Will there be anything else?
Waiter. So we could talk with Woolrich. And we could check the kitchen again and see if the chef has now anything to say.
We should try to solve the puzzle head.
Yes? Are you here for the double rack of smoked sprat? Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but you'll have to wait. Oh, don't give me that look. Let me see if I can pencil you in for later. Actually, what am I saying? I can't do that. I'm booked for the next month. You'll have to make a reservation.
I'm here to investigate Helen's murder. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
You're the inspector? Here? Why? I mean, you may ask me whatever you want. I have nothing to hide.
Okay. Did you prepare all of Helen's meals?
Of course I did. I would never allow anyone else to touch the meals of so important a guest.
Helen's last meal was poisoned.
Oh. Oh my lord, this is the end, isn't it? My mother always warned me that the culinary world was too dangerous, but I didn't heed her warnings. Okay, I wasn't the one who did it, but I might have been mistaken when I said I was constantly watching Helen's food. Spencer Woolrich and Bellhop Owens were underfoot in the kitchen as I was preparing Helen's meal. Either one of them could have tampered with the food when I was fetching ingredients.
Alibi is a little thing here. Why should I believe anything that you are saying? Why were you being so evasive about leaving Helen's food unattended?
Well, it's a breach of professionalism, of course. Why else would I worry about it?
I know what you did to all these teacup canids. Talk if you want to keep it between us. I have no idea what's that about, but let's go with that.
It was just some light smuggling. Light. Is that really so wrong? All right, maybe it is. I may have taken some time to engage in a teensy bit of recreational drinking, and consequently, I may have been somewhat less than coherent after preparing Helen's meal.
Why should I believe anything that you're saying?
I understand your reluctance, but... Oh, I just remembered. The kitchen security camera. It'll prove I'm telling the truth about everything. Constable Keene has access to the security footage in her office at the spaceport. If you visit her, you can figure out what truly happened with Helen's meal.
Any idea where I might be able to find Bellhop Owens?
Yes, but not specifically. Owens often procures exotic ingredients from the creatures at the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. Our guests can be rather particular. Let's not talk about the incident with the Raptidon pheromone glands. It's always hard to say when Owens might be back. If I were you, I'd make a trek to the reserve myself. Otherwise, who knows how long you'll have to wait.
What was Spencer Woolrich doing around the kitchen?
Mr. Woolrich often finds the hotel's meals wanting. He seems to enjoy complaining in person. While I could appreciate someone with a discerning palate for once, I believe that Mr. Woolrich simply enjoys the attention he gets from us. Though don't tell him I said as much. If you wish to speak with him, Mr. Woolrich can most likely be found in his suite on the VIP guest floor. He's usually there if he's not poking around here.
That's all I wanted to ask about. Guess we'll see if you're telling the truth.
Thank you for your understanding, Inspector. I'm sure you'll find the true culprit before long.
In memoriam. Well, I am mostly interested to retrieve the kitchen security footage from the spaceport at the docks. I think this will be the next place where we will go. I feel like starting with the footage is the most sensible option, because you can immediately see what was going and who might have been touching the food or doing something with the food. So it feels like the most direct option, which is why I'm more leaning into this one. And yeah, we'll see where investigation will take me after that. For now, thank you so much for staying with me. I hope you enjoy my company and my gameplay. If that is the case, please leave me a like and subscribe to the channel, or otherwise, let me know down in the comments what I can improve for you. I hope to see you next time. Have a nice day out there, and bye.